Very nice evening, everyone. Welcome to TalkeandoPodcast. My name is Thales, and with my pupilinho.
How's it going?
Oh, good. How are you, bud?
I'm good.
It's been a long we don't speak in English here, isn't it?
Yeah, I was missing actually.
Yeah, we kind of have to do more episodes like this to get more used to, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. So today, on the episode 280, we are receiving here Christine Higgins.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I can listen her. Say again, Lee.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, so just speak a little bit in front of the microphone, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, amazing.
Done.
Oh, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Welcome to TalkeandoPodcast. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much for asking
Yeah.
me.
So before we started, let me just invite you that this is your first time here on the podcast. TalkeandoPodcast is a conversation to make you think out of the box and motivate you to get out of your comfort zone and change your life. I'm saying this because everyone that come here, they change their lives and come to speak about their story and motivate other people to do the same. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Hit the like button and start the notifications to don't lose any of our videos. And also follow us on Instagram and other social media because we are in the old social media. And our website is talkeandopodcast.com with all the information that you can looking for. So, and I would like to thank our sponsor. We have the Enhanced Dental, the first Brazilian dentist clinic here in Dublin.
Wow.
Yeah, they are in the same place for almost 8 years. And if you are listening to me or watching me, you have 10% off discount in your first visit. So don't lose that chance to make your smile shine. Do you like it? No? Uh-huh. So yeah, if you have any questions or any message to send to Christine during this episode, just go to the live chat on YouTube. By the end of this episode, we're gonna answer all and read all the messages. But if you want to participate of this conversation, just send us a super chat. So yeah, and also we have two ways for you to sponsor us. We have the Buy Me a Coffee and the Apoia-se. Apoia-se is Brazilian one, but as we speak in English, so we have a Buy Me a Coffee, and less than 10 euros per month, we can help us to keep the lights on and bring more wonderful people like Christine here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, anything else, Papalinho?
That's all.
That's all. Yeah.
That's all.
So our guest today is Christine Higgins. She's from Dublin. She's a spiritual wellness. Her Instagram is Spiritual Wellness Christine. She's a Reiki master and winner of the Best Outdoor Experience of 2023. She's a mother of 4 kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you have time to do all of that stuff with 4 kids?
I don't bloody know. Well, it's when you're following your heart, your passion, which is always a service to others. It doesn't feel like work. It's just part of me. And the Best Outdoor Experience award that I won was for the Full Moon Healing Circle. And it happens every month on Killiney Beach. It's a free charity event. And about 2,000 people come every month.
2,000 people every month.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. Like I honestly never dreamt in my life it gets so big.
I'm surprised that you won an outdoor experience in Ireland because it's so cold here.
I know. We do it every month, and we've done it
Wow.
in the winter. We had to cancel it once. I started in August 2021.
Okay.
And I brought my friend Breed O'Neill with me to do the breath work at the event in October. We've been doing it together ever since, and we've only had to cancel one, and that was because there was a weather warning. We were like, okay, we can't ignore that. But we have been in our dry robes, woolly hats on, gloves.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
shivering.
amazing. Like from 2021 is 3 years from now.
Yeah.
So every year we have 12 months. So 36 outdoor experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've raised just under €35,000 for Suicide Survive. So what we're doing is we're raising awareness around mental health, but also raising people's vibrations that come on the event.
Wow. How do you start in this experience, like in Reiki, or how?
I think it So I was always spiritual. So when I was a kid, like I would be that weird kid that just knew there was something more, really believed in spirits, was very connected to myself and to the energies around me. I would be very we all have clairaudient gifts, but it depends where you are in your healing journey, how strong they are. So I'd be clairsentient, so I could really understand how people would feel if I walk into a room. Claircognizant, which would be like a deep known, and I'm clairaudient, so I can hear messages coming through from the spirit world.
Wow.
And so when I was a kid, they were really like expanding beyond. I used to like have tarot cards, and I used to burn incense in my room and light candles. But what happens is most children are really spiritual and connected, but something triggers you to step away from your spiritual side when you're younger, rather than like a childhood trauma, you know, or you're shut down, that you step away from your spiritual side and you have to go into survival mode. And that's then would start like good few years ahead of being in survival mode, going through your teenage years, your early 20s, 30s, and then it'll take a life event or a loss of somebody that you love, or anything like real traumatic in your life that will make you just jolt up and go, okay, I need to really look at myself here and start my healing journey.
But did you have someone that taught you this? Because when I was a child, when people talked about the spiritual, I always thought about ghosts, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I started being afraid to be in dark places, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's normal, okay? Because you watching like horror films and thrillers and, you know, it's all about like what goes bump in the night, you know? But when you operate from the heart space and you really lean into it, you become aware of your spirit guides and angels that are around you. You have like a whole spiritual team around you, protecting you, guiding you, helping you on the right path, you know. So there's nothing really to be frightened about. When our vibrations are raised and we're in a good space, 100% it's all love and light. But sometimes when people have significant wounds or traumas, they can bring down that heavy energy and they can attract negative energy. And that's when you hear like the scary stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more about creating a more balance within you between the light and the shadow. And that means then you wouldn't be scared.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah, I got it. But like when you hear those voices for the first time, don't you feel like scary or like you're curious? Like,
it's scary in a sense where they'll only let you have an experience once they know where you are and you're able to handle it, if you get me. But you can either go on your healing journey and really delve into your spiritual side, and then they expand and then they get louder. We all have an inner guidance within us. So say, for example, you're walking down the road and then suddenly just this feeling or this voice goes stop, and next minute a car runs by and you're like, I could have got creamed there, I could have gotten like killed there. That was one of your guardian angels shouting at you to stop. And I think if you spoke to lots of people out there, they would have had something similar throughout their lives of one event where there was a deep knowing that they couldn't do this, or they had to suddenly stop doing what they were doing, and then they realized how like they could have been dangerous. Do you get me? It's the people that don't listen are the ones that may be getting into trouble.
I never listen everything, nothing. I mean, in
Nothing.
my life, I try it sometimes, like going. It's weird, but I went to some places where people kill themselves, you know, and I try like to see if the spirit was there.
Yeah, I
still
get
there.
it. Yeah, you want to feel into the energy.
Because some places they are kind of a heavy energy,
Yeah.
you know, and we can feel the this heavy energy, but like I can't hear anything.
Yeah, because you're that clear gift hasn't been expanded, but it's not to say it couldn't be. You see, and when you go on your spiritual journey, it's like you're exercising a muscle. You have to work at it and do a regular spiritual practice in order for the gifts to start opening up. So do you meditate every day?
I used to do, but I don't do anymore. Like, because it's kind of hard for me to concentrate in myself, you know.
Yeah.
Like, because, for example, I start paying attention in my breath, and then like count 10 times, you know, and then I lost the time and start thinking another thing.
You're in your
naturally.
head.
Yeah.
You see, we're so conditioned to be in our heads all the time that we're actually separating ourselves from our heart, and our heart is the link to the spirit world. So when we connect to our heart and we operate from the heart space, that's when you are more connected to your spiritual side. And that's when the gifts start opening up.
Amazing. So how do we start having this spiritual experience? You know what I mean? Like for someone that never had it, but they feel something different.
Yeah.
But like they don't know. But how do you start this journey?
Well, easily would be, if you want to start it on your own, it's like, set aside meditation in the morning, like 5 minutes, and just build up slowly. But I would recommend you either go to an energy healer where you can have a Reiki a healing or an intuitive energy healing to first be exposed to the different energies within your body. Because sometimes people would question if they felt anything or if they felt like energy around them. So going to an intuitive energy healer where they're lying on the bed and they're really just creating more stillness in their minds and their body and their soul, that they will have a profound experience then. And 9 times out of 10, the intuitive energy healer would be able to tune into their energy and tell them what is going on within their bodies and their lives and hopefully help them. So if you really want that experience, it's book in for an intuitive energy healing.
So it started from inside.
Yeah. It is about like creating more balance in your mind. But one thing as well is, as humans, we've forgotten how to connect to Mother Nature. And Mother Nature is our heart. She is our healer. She's our mother. She minds us. If you think about all things that Mother Nature provides, our shelter, our food, our medicine, everything, but we have forgotten over the last 300, 400 years of how amazing and her energy was and how healing it is. But there's a change now. People are starting to go step into their spiritual side more and actually realizing reconnecting back to Mother Nature is where it starts from. So a simple thing of just going out into a forest, taking your shoes off, letting the soles of your feet ground into the earth, you will feel that vibration. And it really will connect you to her, and you'll be like feeling very balanced and very calm. Even if you went for a swim in the sea, don't know about you swimming in the sea, but I swim every day, all year round.
Wow.
Yeah, snowing in the winter, when snow is coming around you and you're in the sea, it's pretty cool. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, I think it's be possible for me to hear any spiritual in this kind of cold. Because like I did the Christmas dive once.
Christmas Day, the swim.
Damn, it was
How did you get on?
The first dive was more difficult than the second and third one. Yeah, but I did at the same day, I did 4 times.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was an Irishman like behind me. When I left the water, he said like, "How long you've been doing this?" Like, "Oh, that's my first time." "Oh, you look like you did it. You've been done this for long." Like, no, it was my
you're
first
pro.
time. Yeah. But kind of, I don't think if someone like just ask me, maybe I will, but like not by my own.
Yeah.
I have to be other people with me to do it again.
Oh yeah, it'd be more fun.
Yeah.
Well, like the sea, like cleanses and purifies us, where the Mother Earth, the forest, heals us. So it's whatever our soul needs. Like what I do is I wake up in the morning and I ask my soul, "What do you need today?" And either it's a sea swim or it's let's go for a walk in the forest, and I'll do either one every day. And that's just really connecting to my soul, myself, and just creating more stillness in my life.
Yeah, here in Ireland, I'm more to walk in the forest.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah. When I was in Brazil, I used to surf almost every day.
Fab.
Like, on 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I used to live very close to the beach.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. And I remember, like, when I was, like, when I went back home, like, I was feeling, like, refreshed and clean. Like, everything.
But, like, re-energized as well. Like, just, like, ready.
And like during the morning, the beach is kind of empty, like nobody's on there, just the surfers and other crazy people like walking and stuff like this. But but Ireland has some energy in this land, isn't it? In Ireland.
Yes, we're a very sacred land. We're very old. We've a very deep history of being very intuitive and powerful people. Hence why the famine happened, because they wanted to kill us all off. because we were so powerful.
Yeah.
That's going deep now into the Irish history. But we, as women as well, we were very intuitive and we're very emotional and we're very connected to the moon. And if you think about it, there's 70% of our body is water. The earth or the moon dictates the water, the tides on the earth. So it's like a magnet. So when men do it as well, I feel it as well, but women feel it more because they're more intuitive, that we get very emotional around the full moon, or the full moon will illuminate any emotions that we need to witness and lean into and let them go. And that's why, like, the moon is so powerful. But thousands years ago, women were so connected to the moon, and then men are masculine energy. So the more about the sun, the fire, you know, they're the hunters, the gatherers, the doers. But what happened was we were so powerful that people came over, it's colonization really, and they wanted to shut us down because they saw the power that we all had. And so somewhere along the line in our history, we all forgot that the power that we're seeking now is in us and always has been. And so there's now a new, fresh energy coming in, particularly a lot of people that are starting to step on their spiritual journey to rediscover themselves and to really understand that the power is not outside them, it's not in the government, it's not in a religion, it's within them.
I was about to ask about religion stuff, but
that's the other thing as well. Like when you say you're into spirituality, the old mindset would be like, oh, that's religion, oh my God, she's starting a cult.
Yeah, because here we are kind of two church boys, you know. Yeah, we're born and raised in the church.
Yeah, well, I was in a church as well.
Really?
Yeah, Roman Catholic.
Yeah, we are Protestant. Evangelist is Protestant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So our spiritual meaning is 100% related to our religion. You know, and so how can we develop our spirituality without being a religion? Because the religion kind of have some, how can I say? I forgot the word. Help me.
Rules?
Control?
No rules, controls, and theoreticals. Theory. You know, yeah, I mean.
Okay, so what about religion is man-made.
Yeah.
Spirituality is within us and outside of us and everywhere. It's just man realized that they could control the masses by bringing religion. And we were conditioned to believe was that the power was outside of us, like God is out there, you know, but really God is within us. And God can be whatever you call it, whatever your belief is, which is your God could be like Mother Earth. Your God could be the universe. Your God could be cosmic consciousness, you know. Everyone has an idea of who their God is. But it's all the same. It's all the same energy. It's one love, one energy. And it's just that man saw how powerful it was, and they wanted to control the masses thousands of years ago and said, okay, let's make religion. And they saw how they could control. You know, if you think about it, every single war on this planet has been down to religion, you know, and it's, if you really want to control the masses, it's a great way to get into.
How did your parents think when you say to him then that you could hear like voices or feel like other energies behind close to you, you know, because as you said, you were into a religion. You know?
Well, you see, I remember I was like 11 or 12 years of age, and I used to go to mass by myself. Mom and dad sort of stepped away from it a little bit, or they were the usual let's go to mass at Christmas, you know, funerals, weddings, you know. So anyway, when I was about 11 or 12, I was really into the spiritual side of things, and I would go to mass. And I remember there was like this priest, and he was like hardcore. His name is Father Hastings. I would say he's well gone by now. And well gone, or he's haunting me, one or the other. But no, he's not. Like when I say that, everyone's like, "What?" It's like, no, it's okay. I'm well protected. So Father Hastings, when he caught one of the kids talking, he would bring them up in the middle of the whole church and make them stand at the front. So he'd make a holy show of them, right? And I remember being like 11, 12 years of age going, this is a bit weird. Like, this is a bit controlling. What the hell is this? And then when in our mass we had communion, but most people left after communion and didn't wait for the priest to end the mass. So Father Hastings had bouncers at the door to stop us leaving the church early. And I remember like being that age going, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And I was like
forcing you to be there.
yeah. And he was such like a control freak as well. And I was just like, no, this is not my God. You know what I mean? And so I stepped away from the church then, but I always prayed to my God when I was going to bed every night, you know, or I'd be very in touch with like my feelings and my spirituality, and would really feel like a lot of, you know, angels are around me, angel energy, and just really soothing energy. You know, my first loss in my life was my nana, and it was the first time I experienced death. That was someone very close to me, and it was really, really weird. I always like said like, Nana, you know, if you're out there, like show me, like give me proof, you know. And she had a beautiful home, and I managed to get the key of the house before they were selling it. Now, we had so many happy memories in this house, like it was unreal. So I went in, and the house was like empty, and I started going from room to room and just remembering all the memories in each of the rooms. And I said, oh, Nana, like I have nothing of you, like I have nothing. And something just made me go into the front room. And on the floor is a beautiful picture, that might show, I could say, that I actually painted for her. But I was so proud of it, and I gave it to her when she was alive. But it was the only thing that was in the room. And I was like, that's a bit strange. Like, why would they leave one picture and the one picture I painted her?
The house was empty.
The house was completely empty because it was selling. Like, they were literally handing over the keys to the new owner that afternoon. And I sort of went, I actually felt I'm giving this back to you because it's so beautiful, and that's the words I heard. And I went, no, Nana, that's for you. You keep it. So then I went up the stairs and I went into a room, and there was like a wardrobe. The whole room was like empty. And I just was like, oh, I really would love something that I could just hold like belonging to you. I opened the wardrobe, and one of her favorite cardigans was hanging in the wardrobe. And I was like, that's too freaky. Like there was nothing left in the house. And I was like, I can't take that, and I got to take it. It's yours. And I took it. And I don't know about you, when you lose someone, when a piece of their clothing with their smell, you know, it's like, oh, like, and I slept with that cardigan for years. Like, do you know what I mean? Just had it in my bed for years because I had her smell. But like, that's the first proof I got. Like, I'm a Scorpio. Like,
You're
always,
Scorpio.
yeah, I'm
Me
a Scorpio.
Too.
Yeah, like we're
What
highly
day?
intuitive.
What day?
7th of November.
I mean, it's 19th.
Ah, very nice. Happy Scorpio friend.
Yeah. So we both water sign.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we're very intuitive as well. But so I'm always asking them for proof. I'm really always like, I set my business around this. You know, like who does that when there's actually nothing tangible for me to say that's my business? My business is spiritual wellness. There's nothing tangible about it, but I strongly would not stand behind something and create a business out of it if I didn't know it to be true, that spirituality is so important for everyone to really look at and go on their healing journey and to evolve on a soul level on each lifetime that they come down here, because that's the work that we do ultimately down here, is to evolve and to learn and to grow all the time. So yeah, like I would test the spiritual world. You know, I have my guides running around constantly pulling their hair out because I'm always like, well, prove to me, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a story. The reason I started on my healing journey is my dad was schizophrenia and manic depression, and we didn't have a good father-daughter relationship, and he turned very abusive. So I had to step away from my spirituality from the age of 12 to go into survival mode. And it wasn't until he died in 2013 that all the repressed emotions that I hid deep inside me, because we didn't see each other much at all over those years, came at me like an avalanche. And I was suffering from panic attacks, anxiety. Like, I was like not the same person you can see sitting here today. I had, at that stage, 3 kids actually, at that stage. And I had a business. I had a special effects makeup business, and I was running on empty. I was like zero energy. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. But I was so hell and bent on like being a success. and trying to repress all the emotions of what had I bet down from my dad, that I was just trying to pretend everything was great, you know. But when my dad died, the emotions just came and took the rug from underneath me, and I was like complete another basket case. In 2015, I was pregnant on my 4th child, and I was walking down the street, and I was due my baby in like 2 weeks' time, and a medium turned around and said, "Hi, I'm a medium," and I went, "Oh, hi," and she says, she was saying hello to me, and she just said, you're going to have a baby girl. And I said, "Oh, thanks, I actually know." And then like a shadow came over her face, and the minute I looked at her face, I went, "Oh, this isn't good news." And she just went, "Don't worry, your dad's got your back." And I was like, "Oh shit, something's gonna happen." Like, and I remember going home to my husband and going, "You know, I think something's gonna happen to this baby, but it's not gonna be to the baby, it's gonna be to me." And my husband's like, "Shut up." And I was like, "No, I'm telling you now, I have a feeling, I know." So sure enough, what I said earlier on about something happens in your life for you to really look at your healing journey, this was it. I was induced early. I went into labour. Baby Lillian was born. She was perfectly healthy. Everything was fine. But when I got back into the ward, I started feeling unwell. I lost half my body weight in blood. I had a hemorrhaged, and I ended up in ICU. And when I woke up, the nurse was like, "You're lucky to be here." Wow. And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And you know what my last words were thinking when I was going down under was, "Oh shit." I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh shit.
But but when I woke up, you know, I was still on that high stressed mode, and you know, came out of hospital after 4 days, and what did I do? Like, I went straight into the office to work.
Oh no, you didn't give any time for you. You know,
no, because I was so like, I need to be a success. I need to be like somebody, you know what I mean? Because all the emotions that I was like hiding underneath and having masks on and hiding from, were just, I wanted to make my dad proud. And because when he died, you know, when he moved into the spirit world, I was like, he can see me now, so I have to make like him proud, and I'm going to really show him that I can be a success without him. And
I thought like as you didn't have like a good relationship with him. Like
no.
I thought when he passed away, your life would start over.
No, because it just propelled me into, I have to prove myself now. Oh. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I remember like I brought my daughter into my office and I was feeding her, and I remember looking at her, and she's got a gorgeous healing energy, and I just looked and went, I can't continue. I have to actually look after myself, or my babies won't have a mom. So what I did is I sold my business.
That's heavy.
It was real, like it was heavy. I sold my business, and I don't know if anyone's out there has ever actually had to close a business. It's like you're giving up your other baby.